Hello, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. It is time for a new round of jokes on me. We are entering into round 4 and I've been enjoying sharing some stats at the beginning of each round on the jokes on me journey so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Usually at the end of a round, I share the stats on that specific round, and then at the beginning of the next round, I share the stats of the journey as a whole. So throughout the 3 rounds that I've had so far, that has been 11 episodes, and I've been working on this for 210 days. I have read 39 books, 22 of which came off my physical TBR. I have bought 5 books, I have unhauled 6 books from my TBR, and I've technically only earned 1 readathon, and I've cheated on that. So we'll write that eventually. And so that's where I'm sitting going into this round. I did already do my card flips. This is going to be a fast episode, I can tell you that right now, but let's go ahead and look at those card flips and then I'll let you know what I plan on reading. Okay, I'm worried my dog's gonna start barking because my mail person is approaching, but it is time for the start of round 4, so let me shuffle the cards. Today's game piece is a children's playing block. This is an N. And I will be starting this round from first on Goodreads up here. Let me shuffle a couple times here. I feel like the board looks like dusty. I maybe should have taken care of that before then. Can you see the cards down here? I'm gonna put the cards over here. Okay, start of round 4. Here we go. 1, a jack, so I will be unhauling a book. An ace is 1, so 1 space gets me to book club. And then 1 more and another jack. So just a book club book, unhauling twice, and then I of course will have a my choice book. Okay, so I really only have 1 prompt to fulfill here, which is to read a book club book, and I am going to be counting a read along. I think that that is the same thing, and I'm going to be trying to read, and I say trying because I didn't enjoy the first book that much, but I'm going to be trying to read with the Bookstar read-alongs, the Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. I really wanted to participate in this year, and unfortunately I'm just not enjoying the series. This is going to be kind of my last try. And so I'm a little bit nervous going into this, being that that's the only book I'm going to read for this vlog, that I may end up DNFing, so just know that going in. And then for my choice book, this is the last thing that I need to include that I need to catch up on, so I'll have a clean slate going in to the next episode, which just feels amazing. I hope to not get behind again. Thank you for bearing with me as I allowed myself to catch up, but I do just want to briefly talk about The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, mostly just because it needs to fit in here. I don't really want to talk about it because I ended up not enjoying it. I was really highly anticipating this. I've already talked about it in wrap-ups and such, but I did buddy read this with probably the largest buddy read group that I have participated in yet, and so it was fun to see everybody's reactions, but this really just didn't hit for me. I wanted the old people investigating murder vibes to be like it, and this just wasn't. I definitely would try something like this again, but this series was a no for me. And with that being said, I will see you soon when I start reading the Mime Order, or I'll catch up with some unhauls. You'll see me. Hi. So I am about a third of the way through the Mime Order by Samantha Shannon, and I had told myself when I started this book that I was gonna give it 100 pages before I decided to DNF. I was gonna give it at least 100 pages, and so I'm now at this point like on page 165-ish, so I clearly continued past 100 pages, and I do plan to continue for now. I'm willing to give it this chance because I do think that so far this book is, in my opinion, much better than the first book was, and I'm just more interested in the setting of this one. We are in a completely different place than the first book, which is teased in the novella The Pale Dreamer, like some of these characters and the setting and such. I still don't really vibe with the writing style, so it's not that hopeful, but I'm trying. Overall, unless this one really pulls through and gets at least like a 3.5 star from me, I probably will be done with the series after this book. But if it can manage to pull that, I'll continue. I really have no prediction of where this is gonna end up going, being 165 pages into a 500-page book. There's a lot left to happen. It sounds like there's a lot happening downstairs, so I better go back and help Chris with whatever that situation is. But that's where I'm sitting with this book so far. I gave up. I'm just not vibing with the Mime Order or this series in general, and so I didn't make it much farther than my last update, and I just was like, this is not sparking joy. I don't have to do this. So I did decide to DNF the Mime Order. So sorry for this vlog that doesn't have very much information in it, but I will go ahead and insert the clip of the books that I decided to unhaul. Hi. I am in like a weird crouched position right now to do my unhaul for you. My TBR cart and shelf is in absolute shambles right now as I prepare what I'm going to read for Wonderthon. So from my TBR shelves, I just went and grabbed 2 books that I'm choosing to unhaul today. First is The Sunday Lunch Club by Juliet Ashton. This was given to me by my friend Sarah, and she thought I would really like it, but it's just not something I've heard of elsewhere, and it has a pretty low average rating. So I let it sit here for a few months, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. And then, knowing that I have a lot of other romance on my radar that I want to read more than this one, I'm also going to get rid of One Night on the Island by Josie Silver. It's getting harder and harder to unhaul from those shelves, but that is what it is. I have sat you here in front of the next shelf to look at from my red TBR that I need to pick a book to get rid of. I've been trying to go shelf by shelf just for fun lately. So I'm gonna look at what's here, and then I'm doing 2, so then I will move you to the next shelf and we'll find something there as well. So as always, my shelves are by author last name. So here I'm going from B. Blake. I have Girl Made of Stars hiding over here, to like some of my Sarah Dessen books. What's jumping out at me the most from this shelf, just because of the genre to get rid of, is Blackout, which this is like it's a cohesive story, like it's all attached, but it's written by a bunch of different Black authors. I just don't see myself rereading this. I did really enjoy it, but I don't see myself reaching for it again, and this is also something that I would love to be able to sell at my store for somebody else to pick up. You know, hopefully the target audience, a teenager. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this time. And so on to the next shelf here. We are starting now with some Sarah Dessen still, and this goes through H. This goes to, I have Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins tucked back here, and immediately I know that I'm going to get rid of These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. When I read this, I was surprised that I liked this as much as I did, but then I read the sequel and thought it was terrible, and this realistically wasn't as good as I thought it was. I just thought I was gonna hate it, and then it was like, okay. So this can leave me. And so there's that. That's this episode. This is still progress. I am working towards getting rid of things. I just pulled 2 things off my TBR by unhauling. This read along I no longer have to keep on my radar. So I'll see you again in the next episode, hopefully with some more interesting things happening, some actual reading of books. But thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.